What's up, people? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, I should probably turn up my mic. Turn up my mic. What is going on, everybody? My name is Sam. And Eddie's here. He's already here backstage. You were talking a little bit. And I just got to say, last week, I had a bunch of girls on, young ladies that are in the fishing industry. And I could tell you that for some reason I was a little nervous and I didn't feel myself. And this week it's a little bit better because I got Eddie coming on, and we're just going to sit here and bull crap. But I'm going to have these girls come on again. Hopefully I'll get them out and we'll do some crabbing. But they're going to come in next time. I think we're all going to get together live somewhere later on, and I think that's going to be really cool. But a couple things. So this Saturday, I'm going to be heading down. I'm going to do another live stream this Saturday. I think I'm changing my main days because Saturday's good in the wintertime, but Saturdays at 1 o'clock, most likely I would think there probably won't be too many people, especially talking about fishing and all that stuff, being anywhere near around and wants to listen to a podcast um, during that time. So I'm going to keep it I think Tuesday nights at 7 o'clock is a really good time, but I'm definitely going to throw in Saturdays. It's if I go into like tackle shops and stuff. So this Saturday, I'm heading down into Delaware and I'm heading down to Head Open Bait and Tackle. So there was a bait and tackle store down there that's been open for 30, 40 years. It's been there a long time. It's right on Coastal Highway. Well, unfortunately, the original owner, she passed away, I think last year, maybe this year. I'll get all that with Jordan. Um, he's the new owner, but he moved like maybe a quarter mile away from the original place, and he got a bigger place, and he's got that place loaded. He's got everything you can need. He's got all the bait. I think he's got a little sandwich shop in there. So we're going to be there this Saturday, and I'm going to be starting at 1 o'clock. Then on April the 2nd, I'm going to have David Dikorsky on, and we're going to be talking stripers. We're going to be talking blue cats. We're going to be talking oysters. We're going because he's part of the CCA, so he really is going to know his stuff. I've been listening to a lot of meetings lately, and especially when it comes to stripers, and when it comes to I'm gonna bring Eddie up and ask him this question. There's something that I didn't know, and it was a big part. One of the other big parts is definitely the Conowingo Dam. Conowingo Dam. I've been talking about pollution, and every meeting that I've listened to, that for some reason comes to be the same exact. That always comes up as that freaking Conowingo Dam. All right. So what I'm going to do is say, let's go on with the show and let's rock and roll. All right, I'm going to bring my man Eddie up. Give me a little chance to set up because he's a good fisherman, and I got a lot of pictures. Why don't everybody do any videos? I've been looking at videos, trying to find videos and make a little intro for them, but I couldn't really find a really good intro. They were all on Instagram, and all right, let me bring my man up. That sounds a little bit better. There you go. There's Eddie.
What's up, man? How's it going?
I've been really getting into. So I was talking to a gentleman, and he wasn't too happy with one of the podcasts that I did, and it's because I had a gentleman on called Ken Jeffries, and he is one of the guys that runs with the Charter Association and stuff. These are part of the guys right now are trying to sue because of the rockfish. A lot of the charter captains are complaining that they were slapped in the face or not, came out of nowhere where they were going to be cut to one fish instead of having, because the charter boats were allowed to have 2 rockfish, and they seem like they were a little they're upset because they're cut down or saying they're going to lose business and stuff. So that's a big deal. But one of the things that's going to come up with David is, I didn't realize this, but so it's kind of like the blue crab survey. The striper survey has been done in the same rivers, the same everywhere, the same. How it's done, where it's done, for the last since 1954 or something. Okay,
Yeah.
and a lot of the guys are saying there's plenty of rockfish out there. There's plenty of the young, but the but don't you think that in all these years, I mean, we got the blue cats. They're saying like now that the blue cats are pretty prevalent up around the Susquehanna, especially up in some of these rivers. I know stripers come up and spawn.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, I think I ain't got the picture up there, but I got freaking hold on, there's comments. Okay. Uh-oh. See, uh-oh. David, there's David. David, you the man. Because I mean, whenever I really need to ask anything, I asked David. So I asked David. I said, "Hey, how's the yellow perch doing?" He goes, "They're almost ready to go. They're almost ready to go." And I said, "All right." So I'm getting ready to go. And then I was like, "Are they hitting up in? Are they hitting up in the Marshy Hope yet?" He goes, "We're hitting them now. If you don't get there by this date, they're going to be, they're going to be done spawning." So I
Right.
go out there. I met oh crap. I'm amped up. You see, I got Horns Up TV. My man,
Yeah.
Tommy Robinson.
Yep.
Tommy Robinson
Yep.
from Amped Up Outdoors. He sent the shirt to my wife, and unfortunately, it fit me. So I'm going to wear that. If you're in the meadow, he's got a YouTube channel, Horns Up TV.
Yeah, I
And
like it. He does a great job.
and I go get some minnows. I'm sitting up there. I'm rating Denton, so I'm rating Denton in Denton. So I'm figuring, hey man, go grab a bottom rig and go some minnows and stuff. They're catching up with white perch. Yellow perch are already gone. They
Right.
were
Yeah.
gone.
The white perch came up right after the yellows. That was kind of interesting this year. I don't do a ton of. I don't chase the yellows or the white perch that spawn a lot. Mainly because the western shore, I want to say it's died, but it's not quite the run that it used to be, and the eastern shore just has such a better run. But I just haven't been able to get over there very much. But yeah, I heard it was actually pretty good. But the white perch showed up a lot earlier than everyone thought.
And David, he's filling up. He's got a couple 5-gallon buckets. He goes, look at him. Every cast, he's catching a white perch up. Where he's got a little video on YouTube. You go to David Confair. He's a commercial crabber, commercial blue crab, and I mean blue cats. And I've been wanting to go out and really target the blue cats this winter.
Yeah.
I am dealing a little bit of boat issues, but I mean it's not big that I can get out there. But he's saying because of them grants that they're putting out for the blue cats. Yeah, he's saying it's a good year. David's here. David, like I said, David Confair, Cornflower. He is if you want to know anything about the Eastern Shore and fishing or anything.
Yeah, he's a great Eastern Shore fisherman, man. He catches some big blue cats. It's awesome.
And he'll catch. He got me my PB. I got a 41 pounder.
Nice.
And that's my big point about the stripers. Because if you come up in these rivers, I mean, David's caught 50, 60 pound freaking blue cats in these areas that the stripers come up in.
Yep. Yep.
So I'm thinking, so they're asking, why don't they start doing a survey out closer to the middle of the bay? Because they're saying, some of the guys are saying they're seeing plenty of stripers. There's plenty of little stripers around there, like catching them all day long. There's tons of them.
I kind of, there is a good amount of stripers out there. I think it definitely needs some help, some better management just in general. But I don't really think these restrictions are what it needs to be, but you can't keep doing what you're doing over the last 50 years and do the same thing when we all see that things come in cycles, things adapt. The bay's changing a ton. So the stripers are changing a ton where, they've got to be spawning in different places other than just all up on the flats.
At least try. Well, I would say at least try. I'm thinking
exactly.
At least, because I mean, I was talking to Captain Rachel. She's saying they do the same thing with the crab survey, the dredge report.
Right.
The dredge reports, they go out for blue crabs, and they're doing it in the same spots every year. And they're saying, well, a lot of them don't come up into the rivers and do that. So David Dikorsky is going to come on with me on Tuesday. I might be a week. That's not that week. Next week or the week after. He's going to come on and talk on Friday. And 2 weeks. And he's from the CCA, so he's going to have a lot of information. Now, a lot of it, I get the perspective. I'm a recreational fisherman, okay, but I get the pleasure and I get to see the commercial side. I get to go out commercial crabbing a couple times a year. I get to go out commercial oystering, and I hear my friend, she's like, this. It's a very hard job, and I can see in her face it's tough, and it's not easy work. And she sits there. You can see the passion that she loves to do it, but it's getting to the point where they're doing it's so much like they're going to have crab restrictions again this year, and it won't probably start till August. I think that's when it started last year for crabbing.
Yeah.
And
What was I didn't see the survey for the crabs. What was the overall?
it will come out.
Result.
I don't think it came out yet. I don't think it come out.
Okay, I didn't think I saw that yet.
But the point, I guess the whole point is that they're doing it in the same spots, the same way, and they're doing it for so long to where, I mean, that was a very interesting point that I didn't even think of. That, you're right. The blue cats. I mean, the blue catfish can really, and they're in big giant schools. So what if they're come up? You got a bunch of stripers coming up there, even, no matter what size they are, and you got a 30-inch rockfish, but you got a you got a 30-inch blue cat that'll eat every egg and everything. So it could have switched. I'm just saying it could switch. They're saying no, there's no problem with where I know what's her name. So a lot of the commercial guys that I talk to, they're David DeCourcy has a job to do, but I know a lot. I know that some of them guys are not so fond of the CCA, Chesapeake Bay Foundation, all that stuff. So all right, so let's get it. Let's get into Weber. I'm sorry. So these are
no, it's all right. Well, just on blue cats real quick. I mean, April is a great time to catch some blue cats. April into May, man, they're everywhere, and when the rockfish are shut down, it sucks, but hey, you got to switch it up. And man, there's a great, you can go anywhere and catch some blue cats in the bay now. And April and early May is a perfect time.
Well, I just heard they just gave like $4.5 million towards, I don't know if it's the processing plants or something like that, but I know they're money. Nice. They just, I just seen it today. Now, Cam Boris, I'm wondering if I know he's been one of them because Steven's in here about, there's one thing that I just learned listening to a lot of these meetings, and a gentleman sent this to me. He told me, I'm just getting into this stuff and really kind of learning the ins and outs of it. And he pretty much on the phone told me, goes, you really don't know crap, do you? And I'm like, no, I don't. I said, I'm really, when it comes to stripers, I only fish for stripers. I'm a freshwater guy, and I fish for stripers. Maybe my time to go fishing for them is right around when crabbing stops around the end of October into November. And I'll go into November. I had that bass fisherman style in me, and I like fishing shallow points, structure where I can throw top water swim baits, the shallow fish. I don't need a 30-inch fish. I just like to take one and maybe take home, but have a good time doing it.
Yeah.
And but Steven, it was one of them things that I heard in the meeting was that they've been doing. We're going to get out of this topic real quick, so I want to talk about Eddie. But I didn't realize that they've been doing the same surveys on the young of the year, in the same areas, in the same rivers, in the same way since 1954, 1945. I think it's 54. It's the 1950s. And a lot of the guys are saying, hey man, go out to the middle of the bay where we see plenty, because a lot of them are saying there's plenty of rockfish out there. There's plenty of rockfish out there. So that's up to debate. I will have David DeCourcy on April 2nd, Tuesday nights, April 2nd at 7:00. So we'll ask him all them questions.
Nice.
So I've seen you finally got out and did some snakehead fishing this weekend.
Yeah, man. Went out on Saturday. It was fun. It was good to be out. I mean, it's crazy to be out in March. The bite was okay. Got a bunch of people were out there. I did get one snakehead, so I was pretty pumped about that on top water, which was crazy. Wasn't quite the great bite I thought it might be. I think that cold snap kind of over Friday into Saturday morning kind of shut them down a little bit. But man, it was nice just to be out on the water in March and a sunny day on the shore.
When you said that, since I had the boat, I was going to say, yeah, maybe we'll go on the boat. And I was like, no, I didn't really want to ruin your day. That's all right. William, I can tell you that David Confair, if you really need any with the wind and hurting that snakehead, but yeah. So I'm going to ask you about two, because I seen a picture. So hold up real quick. Let me, just real quick. Let me go to this, because I'm going to throw up a couple. Where's my man at? Where is he at? I think this was from Saturday. Was from Saturday, right?
Yeah, there you go. No, that was last year, actually. That was last summer.
I thought I had it. Where'd it go?
I did have one.
Look at that.
One from Saturday.
You want to see a really cool picture? I pulled this up for another reason, but you want to see what love can. You want to see what love can do. What a man will do for love. Let me show you what a man will do for love.
Nice. I like it. I like it. Oh man,
Holy
those there it
moly, what
is.
the hell was I
Look
thinking?
at
Jeez.
that.
All right, I'm sorry. I didn't want to scare anybody. Yeah, that was me with blonde hair. Good God Almighty. But
I'll
William,
jump in on that
go ahead.
that catfish bait. I'll just tell what I use. I just use fresh cut bunker. If you can find it, just the fresher the better. Frozen kind of works, but the fresh definitely works a lot better. Just big old circle hooks and throw it out there.
You get a hold of William, you go on Facebook. If you're going to come down this way to Marcy Hope, you need to go to David Confair. He has a bait shop right in his house, and you can come in there all 24 hours a day. You can go in there, and he says he usually has bluegill, and sometimes he'll have shad. If you contact David Confair before you come down, he uses live shad. He'll catch them. See that he's a commercial guy, so he'll throw a net out there, and then about a half an hour, then he'll catch a bunch of shad or whatever, and he'll usually just cut that up and then take it back for bait. But bluegill, and if you're on the Marcy Hope, what he does is that he will actually cut the top of the fin off and like his belly, but he will cut that fin off. I got a video of it, a short. Maybe I'll play it, but he cuts it off because with the current in the Marcy Hope, the current's so strong that the fish will tangle and stuff. So he'll take the fins off of it so it don't spin.
Yeah,
but that's
kind of makes it look a little more wounded too.
Yeah, he doesn't.
For the catfish to chomp them down.
He says if you want the big ones, you want to go where you got about 5 foot and it's a drop off in about 15 foot. So that's where you want the big ones. He's saying that the small one is a little video I put up of him that DNR put up of him. DNR actually did a video with him, and I stole that video. It was only like 3 minutes long, but I put on there, from DNR, So I put that 3-minute video on my channel to, because it's good information. What the hook? He didn't say nothing about the line. But he said the hook, circle hooks, what size, his rod, what bait he uses, and stuff like that, and where to go, what to look for.
Nice.
But I seen that you actually caught. Let me get back to here. I need a producer. I'll say that every week. How come? Did I put all your little baits up there? But I thought I put up that I didn't put it up. But you went and got a bullseye snakehead too.
Yeah, that was last summer. That was last March actually. I want to go back down to Florida and get a bullseye real bad.
What was the difference that you've seen with the between the northern snakehead and the bullseye snakehead?
So I'd say the bullseye attacked the bait a little bit more than the northerns kind of ambush it. Mm-hmm. Now in Virginia, they'll kind of do this where they'll wake after the bait and really chase it, and northerns will do it sometimes. But in Florida, man, they'll come from across the canal sometimes and attack your swim bait or your frog, and they're pretty. The fight's pretty comparable, but man, getting them off one of those banks in Florida they're really hard fighters.
Yeah, I want to go to Florida, but I can tell you now, man, I am scared of alligators, and they are everywhere.
Yeah, they are. Well, you're walking those banks with them the whole time too.
This guy, he said he's been going away for over a decade, and he's ready to get in fishing. Burnt myself out on the trout fishing here in the mountains. Yeah, you got. I mean, a white perch run the white perch might be back gone if I don't get out there. I think it's back on, but white perch. I mean, you got everything. But right now, the big thing here in Maryland is definitely the northern snakehead. At least talked about a big thing. I mean, with your company, I was talking to you earlier. I know you took it over more with the baits, and I've actually just took a couple of pictures of some of the baits you posted lately. What's that one right there?
Yeah, so that's our weedless chatter. So we're doing a couple more open hook things with that's our new razor minnow. So the action is just real subtle in the back. So just kind of switch it up from a paddle tail, nice slim profile. We have a weedless version of that too.
Let's see if I got that on here.
I got a couple here too.
There's
that's the white one.
Or this one right there, right?
Yep. That one. So That's with the Razor Minnow as well. So that's weedless. Basically, we kind of shortened up the head a little bit just to make it super streamlined without the skirt. And man, it's just a nice slim profile, ripping it through the weeds and stuff like that.
How about the this is just like a regular jig chatterbait kind of, is that what that is?
Yeah, it's a open hook chatterbait. That's our new bluegill color. It's kind of a custom mold. I've got a same mold as the weedless or the skirtless chatter there too. It's a little harder to see that in blue, but yeah, we're pretty excited about that one too. Super strong hooks.
Cooking a burrito?
No,
heating up a burrito, buddy?
Oven's ready. Oven's got an order cooking right now. So
yeah, there you go. The so I've seen that's pretty much
so that's the jig head. This is our swim spin V2 also. So we do a weedless version, and then we put the jig head on there too now. So just switching a couple things up, and I actually wanted to also show we've had this before, but kind of reintroducing this. This is our weedless underspin jig head. So it screws into the paddle tail. This is unfinished right now, but it's got the underspin there, and it's all weedless with a paddle tail. So these are back on the website as well. Yeah, everything's up on the website. highoctanecb.com. Get your orders in. I got a lot of stock stuff or a lot of stuff in stock to get out quick, and so hit me up with any questions or go to the website.
The how about this one? Is it better from I would think if you can get a hold of a kayak and really get up, because snakeheads, look, I'm a bass fisherman trying to tell you about snakeheads.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, if the tide's up, you look. I would say your best bet is to make sure you look for a very low outgoing tide to where it's about going to hit low, and go get up as shallow, and if you got pads around you, cover. I mean, these guys, I don't know, because lately I've been seeing these guys really sitting out on. You okay? Sitting out on more on like points and stuff like that. I know Cambo was out there really sitting out on a point, fishing for these snakeheads. I mean, you think they're starting to transition out a little bit because of maybe the pressure of bow fishing or anything?
Well, I think it's just a little bit different in the springtime, especially in the springtime when the water's cooler. They kind of congregate out a little more where where they're going to get a little more sun where the water's heated up. So kind of at points where the water's actually a little deeper, it's actually a little warmer than right in the morning when the water's a foot deep. That water's pretty chilly, so they're kind of a little bit off the bank, and then once it starts heating up, they kind of get back into where they want to be. Better. I mean, you have a lot of advantages on a kayak snakehead fishing because you can just get in so many different places where you're restricted on the bank. Great thing about snakehead, though, is you can get in from the bank. Man, if you can get a pond or a creek or just walk anywhere on the shore, basically, throw it in any little pocket, there's probably a snakehead there. So there is advantages to both, but you can just cover so much more water on a kayak is the advantage to that.
Everybody, please, whether you're on Facebook, how many people's on YouTube? Looks like out there's a man we're on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It'll be nice. I think once I hit that 5,000 mark, I think it'll start rolling again. You know what I think on these YouTube, I'm gonna tell you what, I was really, really starting to roll. And I'm telling you what, and it kind of seemed like it just wife goes, just stopped. And I'm telling you, that's when I had my knee surgery and I was sitting home, I was doing a lot of shorts, putting a lot of shorts out. And I'm telling you, man, I think that's hurting the long form big time.
Yeah, I agree.
Because of watch time and stuff. If you're a YouTuber, I'm sitting here and it's like, I'm like, what the? So I'm kind of done with the shorts. I might throw one once in a while, but I'm done with shorts. It's going to be nothing but long form and podcasting. But I'm getting great.
I think more like, how do you do this? Or you really got to teach people with the long stuff. It's tough. It takes time.
It's funny because it was yesterday. I knew I was going to come on live, and I'm sitting there figuring out, like, man, I said it'd be nice if I could just have a guest on. and I'm going like, and I was like, holy crap, so I think something came up. I was like, I wonder if Eddie will come on, and you kind of saved me tonight. That's awesome, man. I appreciate it because I texted you last night.
Anytime.
So what's going on with the company and all? I mean, how's everything going? It looks like you're pretty stocked up behind you right now.
Yeah, we're stocked up, ready for spring. It's been good. I've been taking over more of the day to day from Steve. Just happy to be just pumping out baits. We got a lot of stuff in stock. I've been trying to, when someone orders one, I make 5, just so we're ready to go to pump it out for spring. It's been, it all comes in waves, but I think once April hits and some more warm weather comes, it'll really start taking off. But yeah, it's been good. I'm happy to take a bigger step in the brand and expanding it with some more baits and more trailers and stuff like that. So we're really excited about the Razor Minnow. Kind of testing out this new kind of vibe chatter as well.
Was that one of the pictures I had?
Yeah, like a little different shape. Yeah, it's that, but it's actually got a different blade. I was getting thrown off from where the
that's the weedless one. That's all the ones I pulled up. That's all right. That's okay. But you go ahead.
Yeah, there you go. So it's a little bit different blade from like this guy. This is kind of your traditional. Ours is always bent, helps with the vibration. But this is kind of one we're playing with as well. So it's been fun. I'm here tinkering a lot. So if anyone has any ideas, we do a lot of custom stuff, custom colors. You have an idea, it's like, hey, I don't see this out there, or I like this bait, but I want it stronger for snakehead. We can definitely talk and figure out how to make it.
Yeah, that's a good pick, Christine. Chatterbait with the 6-inch grub. Yeah, a lot of people don't throw it.
No one throws a lot of twister tails, but we're coming out with 2 from Spectra. Sorry to go off camera for a second.
You get mostly all your plastics from Spectra?
Yeah, that's 95% of what we get them from. These razor minnows are from a different company that I found online. This is actually a custom mold that just he does. We tried to get Spectra to do it or see if they had anything similar, but I really like that slim profile. All right, Christina, that sounds good.
There's my mom. My mom done showed up.
So we're coming out with kind of a double twister tail to put on the chopper and some other stuff too. So that'll be coming out soon.
Chris, I think I was looking at her profile today. Christina Cashier. I'm not even. It's gonna be easy.
Yeah, but I practiced that before.
But I think I was looking at her profile earlier today, if I'm not mistaken. What do you catch on those? All right, so he mostly targets northern snakehead here in Maryland with those baits.
Yeah,
called high octane custom lures, and when they make them, most of the guys that are making the lures, they're actually really beefing up the hooks, really beefing up because you get a traditional buzzbait or something like that, they are not going to last long at all.
So we make everything a little bit stronger. I mean these EWG hooks are super serious. All just stronger swivels, kind of just beef up everything. Just about everything's weedless because you're throwing it in the pads, you're throwing it way back in the weeds, into the grass. That was another thing from Saturday. It always takes me a minute to kind of get my precision casting back from jigging and stuff. And man, like Saturday, I was throwing it all the way up into the weeds. It's like, oh man, it's kind of a love-hate relationship with the shore when I do that.
I had that issue that the 20, so it was 22 and a 23. So when my knee was giving me such a bad, I was having such issues with my knee, from work and stuff, that I was taking every day I had off, and I was basically I didn't use my boat for almost 1 year to fish.
Dang.
I think it was almost a year, and I went on a chop tank on a windy day, So not only was I dealing with the current, I was dealing with the current, and I was dealing with the wind. And let me tell you what, man, whew, that was a very bow control. Just getting the rhythm of casting, getting precision, plus bow control, being in the wind, being in the current. Holy,
it wears you out. It wears you out. It's like, so I know sometimes I'm like, man, maybe I'll leave that lure there because I don't want to burn that spot too. And it was definitely getting used to. But I always seem to always miss the first bite of the year too. First blow up of the year. I mean, I'm gonna put a video out about it. It's like 0 for 0 on the first blow up of the year, right? Like I got one on Saturday, and it was like, all right, well, almost like don't expect it anymore because I'm just like I'm never gonna get the first one.
You waited all winter. You waited all winter to get that first bite, and then you get it, and it's like
it always surprises me. And then I set the hook, and I was just like, nope. All right, we'll go get the next one.
Yes, it's been Eddie. There you go. There's Rashawn. I'm going
What's up, Rashawn?
He's receiving his award for the Master Fisherman Angler Friday.
Yeah, that's awesome.
About noon. And I took off Friday and Saturday because I'm heading down Saturday off work. So we haven't been to the Bass Pro Shop in a long time. We don't really get we don't try to go too far away from the house, but we're going to go out. We're actually going to hang out with him at Bass Pro Shop while he gets his award.
Nice. That's awesome.
Go to Chevy's and go grab some Mexican food and yummy. Yeah, she's excited.
Yeah.
A lot of so everybody when they think of high octane and all that stuff, but Eddie, man, I grabbed a couple of pictures because you went to Florida. I hope I got up to date pictures. I tried to grab videos. I was going to make it nice.
That's all right.
But you got look at that thing right there, man.
Yeah, that was a nice. It was 52 actually 2 August ago. Man, that was a nice one. That was down in Virginia. Man, that was a hoss.
I'm really just grabbed a bunch. I'm just grabbing some lures. Pickerel. You're the pickerel man too.
Yeah, I love pickerel. Kind of got distracted with those big fish this year. Oh so some sharks in Delaware. They got hair too. It doesn't rival your hair, but that was pretty good.
Yeah, look at that thing. That right there, that's 1987, buddy.
I love it.
I don't know where all the rest of the pictures went. I had more pictures of you. It looked like you're more recent. Yeah, and
he can say hi.
Hi, how you doing, buddy?
All right, go in bed. I love you. I'll be up there in a little bit. Bedtime.
How you've been enjoying the saltwater though? I mean, you're definitely out there at night. It was a night striper. I had a couple nights. I don't know where all them pictures went.
I've been doing a little more night fishing. I actually found the night bite. It's been fantastic. It's been, I'll just say it's been in the river. It's been in the Severn, and just using some nice jerk baits. What's that jerk bait? It's kind of beat up now, but this kind of Menhaden color.
Right.
This is actually the 10, but the 12 was actually working a little bit better, the little bigger size. Just throwing around dock lights and stuff like that. Man, there were some. I mean, they're not the 50s, but I mean, definitely upper 20s. My buddy caught one that was probably close to 30. We had one that snapped us off recently. But yeah, that's been a lot of fun. The day bite hasn't been very good. I've had buddies going out in the day trying to look for them, but the night's been way better.
How about the so what are you thinking about them trying to are you going to be happy that they're going to try to close down or trying to close down March catch and release?
Man, it's so crazy. I don't understand. I don't really understand that at all.
They're saying it's only like a 1% mortality rate, if that.
Yeah, I know. I'm no biologist or whatever, but that just seems to be a lot more hurt than help, and it's hurting. I know it's hurting the tackle shops around here. I've talked to a lot of guys and we've seen it. The business has just been a little bit slower stocking up for the summer because people just haven't had as much cash flow with the tackle shops, with the stripers shutting down and stuff like that. And it's a good way to kill small business. Unfortunately, that's all I'll leave it at. But yeah, it's silly.
Well, you should be high octane should be starting to ramp up soon, or if it's not already, because I know we're going to have we're having a bunch of rain again coming. But you're going to
Yeah,
have
no.
rain. I mean, if you were going to start off, if you got somebody who wants to buy a bait from you and looking for something to start off the season with, with the the weather, you know what I mean, the warmer weather. Because I'm telling you that the one time I was up, I was sitting in Tuckahoe Pond, and
Yeah.
pads was up there. Now this is a snakehead, but the water temp was only 55 degrees.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, I threw a Zoom horny toad through the ins. It was on the inside, really shallow on the inside of the pads. I
Mm-hmm.
set one spot on one edge, and I tell you what, in a circle around in like a I don't know, like a oval shape. I'm telling you what, man, I killed it on top water that day. Absolutely killed it.
Yeah,
It
it's awesome. I mean, it should be heating up here. Well, you already saw it last week. It just went off. Now it's gonna kind of die off. We're in that 50s. When it dips into the 40s, it really crushes the bite for the next day. But when you have that, you saw it last week when it was like 60, 60, 60 or 60, 70, 75, whatever. That second or third day, if you can get out in the spring, you can have 15, 20 fish days. It's not uncommon.
I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to move.
Cambo's shout out to Cambo. He's got a lot of great like spring videos on where and how to target. But man, the springtime is the time to go. There can be some big old fish, and they tend to be more aggressive because they're just getting out of whatever their hibernation is, and easy, little more aggressive, a little more timid. They have been caught 5 times.
I am making
I'm also going to grab one more bait real quick.
So I just made Big Yacker. If you're still in there, hopefully you're in there. I just made you a moderator. So if you can put the link to Eddie's the high octane, or Eddie, if you can put it in the comments, like there, unless you get them on your phone, you can whatever you got to do, and put the link to where they can buy your baits at.
Absolutely. So it's highoctanecb.com. I'll comment too, but just kind of like some good go-to spring stuff. This is our tried and true weedless Trident. So this is an inline spinner, so it spins like this. Man, this and the weedless chatterbait, either skirted here or unskirted. Sometimes they just like that thinner profile. I like to run this with a frog behind it. That's a killer combo. Where with the skirted, I like to use more of a paddle tail or the razor minnow. I'd say those two baits are kind of must have. Nice, thanks, man. 2 must have lures for the spring. It's going to be more subsurface stuff in the spring. It was pretty wild. I'm gonna grab a frog. I've got one around here somewhere.
You don't have a frog around you?
No, they're all packaged up.
You're loaded. I'm like, there's no frogs around you.
No, actually, well, they're over there. They're all packaged up. Well, and all my stuff's still in the car. But
you're funny.
Yeah, popping frogs are a good option. This is a nice popping frog that we have. It was the bite on Saturday was strange though. I thought even with the cold weather, the subsurface bite would be awesome and they would just be pushed out a little bit. But I got mine on top water, and I was throwing. They're finicky fish, man. Sometimes they can shut down for a whole day and just be super picky and just have a couple that are willing to bite. Because we had, there were probably 15 or 20 guys on the river.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on that one, the spot that we were at, and then there was probably 5 others in another spot and 5 others in another spot, and they all it was a slow day overall. But
Warm weather are coming, man. It's
that's
coming.
fishing. That's fishing. Yeah.
It's coming. I actually went. I actually went with Big Yak. I went with Colin, and the day before, so it was two. So we were going Wednesday. He drove all the way down here with me, and I took him to a little lake by me, and it's got good picker on it. It's got some nice little picker on it, and I actually have decent size. And so Tuesday was like 50 degrees. So that whole weekend we had like 60, 50 degrees, and that Tuesday it went from there and rained, and we had a cold front where I got to 20 degrees the night before, that night. And I was going to cancel. I was like, well, man, I thought it was going to be a tough fight. It got windy. And Wednesday it was blowing my boat all over the place. It was funny. It was really windy because we wanted to fish slow. And the way the wind was blowing, it was making, that's what I mean, not getting out on with the stupid boat control for me.
Right.
But it was fine. He gets in there, like this third cast in, he catches a largemouth. I'm like, oh, we're good. I said, all right, maybe we're good. And then I don't know what, 4 hours later, he ends up pulling a crappie out of there, and that was pretty much it for the day. That was a tough day on a little lake. That was Valentine's Day. It was Valentine's. I was with Colin on Valentine's Day while my wife's there. But you know what Colin did?
Sounds like a good date.
Colin Colin actually bought my wife some candy, little heart candies because that's funny.
I like it. I like it.
Your bucket list is to catch a muskie. Muskie pike, muskie, we don't have them here, but I think don't
I guess the muskie pretty close on this side.
Don't they have them don't they got them a Piney Run, don't they?
I think so. Top of the Potomac's got them. It's a little farther west, but Shenandoah, New River, James River's got them. I've done a lot of muskie fishing, but that's definitely on my list too.
Yeah, I think I'm going after Rashawn's.
Yeah,
I gotta try it. I have not put the effort into fishing as much as I usually do. I would say I've gotten a little age. I do got a couple things to do with the boat, but once crabbing comes, my wife's got me pretty much got me, every chance we go out and crab. She's crazy. She loves.
I get that.
She is a monster. I mean, what do you think of this, man? I was thinking about, I don't know if I was going to give a shirt away, but that's just a kind of a t-shirt logo.
I love it. That's awesome.
I had a guy take that off. Oh no, wrong one. What did I got on there? You think that?
Do you have t-shirts printed up yet? Or
yeah, actually, what it would be nice if Sam would have had the link to put into his into his shop. But I'll put the link in the bottom of here. Actually, if you go to my last video, I got that in there. That's I thought that it just kind of be. I thought it was cool. It's an idea I had. It was an idea I had.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Awesome.
Blue crab. I got that on shirts. The I ain't gonna mess with that right now. But I was gonna I should have already had that open. Actually, I might hey honey. Go to actually, you know what? I'll do it while we're talking. So I usually see, and it's a good thing is because usually what I'll do is I usually will go down to the Pasadena show, and that's where we have a little. I'll have you on, make a video with me and you and talk about all that stuff.
Yeah, we missed it. We missed you.
And so when it comes to your to being down in Florida, how did you enjoy being down? Because I know you were down in Florida not too long ago, right?
Yes. I went down this year. I did a little bullseye fishing, but mostly was down in the Keys. My sister lives down there now, so we hung out with her.
Your sister lives down there. She married?
Yeah, pretty lucky now. Yeah.
She married? Sorry, honey.
Man, Florida's just a whole nother zone, man. It's just a fishing mecca down there. All the different species you can catch just off a dock, throwing a piece of shrimp off the dock. Everything I feel like fights harder everything has teeth. That's definitely a little bit of a difference. You got no lip grip and anything down there. Caught some nice grouper. A lot more bait fishing, but I want to get down and maybe go down more in the summer and do some more bullseye fishing. I love bullseye fishing because it's just walking the bank and you're walking and casting. You can just explore, and there are like 1,000 million canals that all connect.
Dodging an alligator here, dodging an alligator there. Get too close to the water. Them things are quick, man. I see.
They are.
There's the Grants in Florida.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, fishing. Hey now. The so there's my the spread shirt right there. It's if you are interested in that logo, I got women's stuff too. There's women's shirts there, women hoodies, women there's Sandy. I got hoodies, hats, the kind of stuff you got, the
that's awesome.
The tumblers and mark and all that stuff. And you can have logos. I mean, if you wanted an outdoors of Maryland on the front, I got little logos on the front and the big ones on the back. I mean, I thought I was going to copy that,
but yeah, that's great.
Yeah. So what do you got? So what is your, what do you got really planned upcoming, fishing wise? Are you done with the shows right now?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Yep. No more shows this year. We just did a couple. I'm doing an event with Scott with Lucky and Blessed Fishing coming up on the 6th. We're doing some blue cats, which is going to be a lot of fun. Then first tournament of the year, first Snakehead tournament comes up April 13th. Going to Virginia and doing the VKE tournament, and then Legion's got some tournaments coming up this year too.
Are you going to do the whole trail?
I did most of the VKE trail last year. We'll see if my wife lets me do 2. So we'll. I want to do the Legion one too, but I'm just going to have to see how much time I can fit in.
I had Scott Steers from Looking Back, right?
Yeah.
I actually did a live podcast with him. If you want to go back actually talking about all that's coming up. I know he's got an event coming up real soon that they're getting out.
He's an awesome dude. He's an awesome dude.
He's a metalhead.
We met years ago on the water and stayed good friends. So I'm super pumped to be, and honored that he asked me to help out, and that's gonna be a fun event. It's awesome how that's grown.
Yeah, well, I thought Carly Watkins Outdoors. I thought she said she was going to be there at that with that event too. I know she had mentioned it on the live last week when I had the girls on.
Yeah, I think she's taking a boat out on the 6th too. I know they have a couple. I think they have an event this Saturday also.
There it is, right there. There's the link. There's the link right inside.
You
can click that right there. That's to the what's coming up. I'm figuring is that all you're pretty much going to start targeting now?
Snakehead.
He don't like alligators. He goes, he don't like kayaks. Hey, look at his noggin on here. I'm a little top heavy for the freaking kayaks. I had a Jackson, a 12-foot Jackson. My buddy sold me, and I went to Tuckahoe to get used to it and everything. I really had to go in the woods because I had to take a pee, and I went to take a pee, and I get out. I'm all good. I go sit in it. Flew. I fell over, GoPro, everything. Now I was right on the side, so everything was right there.
Oh, no.
I'll be damned if I didn't put everything, got it all straight, go to sit back down again, and freaking flipped it again. I'm like, I like my boat.
Man.
I like my boat.
That's brutal.
My boat's very hard to flip over. Oh my goodness.
That's brutal.
But
yeah.
So where's your so you're going to do some of the tournaments. Are you going to do all the Legion anglers? I know we're going to have Rashawn on in a couple of weeks, the week before the trail starts, talking about the Snakehead Trail. Now I've been talking so much bass fishing. It's been a long time. When the split came in bass fishing, when a lot of the guys went to MLF, a lot of my favorite guys, I used to watch. Right now, you got the Bassmaster Classic coming
Right.
up, and that was always a big deal to me. I because I was a bass guy, like anybody, you guys are all really hyped on the snakeheads. I'm a bass fisherman, and when they all left, I stopped watching it, and I did some, I did do tournaments and everything, but it's been about a year.
Yeah.
But I think I'm actually going to start. There's a local club that I've been a part of for a while, and I had Andy runs the club, and I had his son on. His son is Reagan Kent. I had him on the podcast a couple weeks ago. We were at Rusty Hook's in Easton.
Yeah, nice.
Rusty Hook, he's a country singer. I had him on here singing.
That's
I had
awesome.
him on here with his guitar and singing and everything. He's a great kid, man. He can sing too. Man, he can sing.
That's
So
awesome.
I got the live show. So I'm actually going to do some bass tournaments. I thought about that. The problem with me doing Saturday tournaments is that I work every Saturday. So, that's why I don't do a lot of the Saturday tournaments or do
Yeah, I
any.
think Legions. I think a lot of those are on Sunday, which is cool.
Really?
But going back to the Bassmaster, I would have loved to, because it was the Bassmaster that was here last year, right? That did like on the Bush or something like that, or the Upper Bay.
That might have been the Elite Series. The Elite Series, probably the Elite
Okay,
Series. Though. Yeah,
maybe. I would have loved to known how many snakehead they caught versus bass.
yeah. The thing is that when them
Because
guys,
they caught a lot of snakehead too.
when them guys come in, them guys don't play around. What a whole big issue with bass and why I've really been listening to it is all about the front facing sonar.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a big thing right now, right?
I'm a guy that, you know what a hydro wave is?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, what a hydro wave, I don't even think the professional should have a hydro wave on their boat. There's no way they should. I don't think they should have it on their boat because to me, if you're a professional, you should know it. So if you look at the one guy on his boat has $20,000 worth of electronics on his boat.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The boat's already $100,000. You're paying $100,000 for the boat, and he's got 20,000. They have like 5 or 6 transducers, so you can only see one at a time, but he can switch. So the thing that I don't like about it is that you get that front facing sonar. You don't have to know anything about fishing. You can just go out, and these guys are so good with it now. They're so good with it. They can tell you what kind of fish it is. They can tell you about what size it is. And if it needs a double digit 6-pounder, they won't even mess with it. And
they can take the jig away from it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the thing is that you find a fish. All right. So what you can do with this thing is that once you find a fish and say you try to throw a bait at it and it don't bite and moves, you can actually just take your troll motor and move it with the fish. You can actually follow. It's like spotlighting. So you can follow the fish around and throw everything at that fish you can until you catch it. They're finding fish that you never would, in places they never thought. You got fish that have been sitting, not getting messed with for so long. Now they're pretty much every fish in there. I think there should be. It's like you can't go at nighttime and spot like deer, right?
Right.
So it's kind of the same thing. It's you're not given any kind of advantage to the fish, I think. And everybody goes, "Oh, you're just an old fart and you don't believe in the technology." I like, look, dude, I got a home freaking TV studio in my room, broadcasting with microphones and everything. So I understand the technology, but sometimes, especially being a professional guy, I think it needs to be limited. I think
it takes less out of being professional, how you got there, I feel like, and it takes the instincts out of it, takes the fishing out of it. Really, it's just like you're playing a video game almost.
No, it takes skill to learn that, but I mean it's
a different kind of skill than like having tuning your instincts to do whatever. That's what. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of like open water jigging, kind of because of that. I like more. That's why I like snakehead fishing, pickerel fishing, because you're casting to points. You're casting to certain structure. You're casting to spots where you think fish are.
Right. It's the if you got it right or not. I mean, and guys are so good at it. I believe that's why Kevin Van Dam retired. I think he can compete, but I think he's just freaking I don't know, man. I just really think I just think that what's I say? Shoes and rods and lures, all I need to catch. Yeah, and I mean, the one guy went on there, and a guy had like four. He on his where his driver's seat was, he had four 12-inch screens in front of him, and he has like three or four on the front. And
Right.
I'm going, you're so there's a lot of guys that wasn't even relevant, and now the guys that weren't even relevant are now in the top 10. They're pulling out 100-pound bags almost all the time. I mean, that's how.
Right. It's a different, it's a different skill set.
Well, I don't mind. See, I don't mind having a fish finder. One thing I like about mine is that it shows me my tides. Like if I'm wherever I'm at, it'll actually give me an idea what my tides are going to be where I'm at. And I do have side scan, and I do the thing with side scan. All right, well, I can mark a fish, but once I mark it, I got a blind cast to it.
Right.
So I
Right.
am not actually turning around and actually putting that live scope where you can actually see live fish swimming, and you can see the bait, whether he's taken or not. And the one guy basically said that he wouldn't be able to compete if it wasn't for that. And I think it's horse poop, especially,
Yeah, I think it's got its place. I think it's great for the charter guys to be able to
yeah.
hone in on fish, get people on fish a little bit more consistently.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. In tournaments, yeah, I don't
If
think
you're
it's
a professional, I mean,
in its own spot. Yeah.
I mean, it's like if you think about it, it's like baseball. Baseball, you're only allowed a certain kind of a bat. If you're in drag racing, you
Right.
got certain things. But if you're in NASCAR, every car has to have the same stuff on it. You just got to be the better driver for the most part. I mean,
Right.
some guys can make that motor go faster than what the other guys can do, but you're limited as a professional what you can put in that car. So that's what I think should be done about. I telling you, it's starting to. I think it's getting. This is the first time I've heard so much crap about electronics coming in that they're. If they would stop it, you see how fast these kids are.
Right. Right.
These
Right.
kids are going. These kids are not going to be able to compete with the guys that have been doing it for 20, 30 years. You know what I mean? Doing their thing.
Yeah.
So,
Hey, wanted to shout out Colin. I just got an order, so I appreciate that, buddy.
cool. Anybody? Yeah.
Just popped in on my phone.
We just sent a shirt out. Let me wait till this guy gets a shirt. I was going to do a Hey, Sean, you know what, Sean? I was going to call you today, or was it the other day, and see if you wanted to get together while it's cold out because I'm thinking if it gets too warm, them fish are going to fight, but maybe meet you up Piney Run, maybe do some go up and maybe go fish for some bass up at Piney Run. I haven't been up there in about two or 3 years. And I know I think you said you live pretty close there. I got the fish. Me and him went snakehead fishing, and we caught one at the end of the day. And
Nice.
then I annoyed the shit out of him with some music and stuff.
Sam, what do you think about that color? Some blue and chartreuse.
Um, I could tell you honestly. Well, for snakehead, I think that might be a good because I've seen you guys throw all the pinks and the oranges and
Yeah.
stuff like that to where, as a bass fisherman, it's either white. Yeah, I know that's another reason why I'm going to take it. I mean, I know it pretty well too, but the color schemes for stuff like that, when you watch Steven, he likes throwing the orange and the pink or it's buzz bait and
Yeah, a lot of bright colors, a lot of
a lot of
reaction.
bright colors, and I think
Yeah.
that's actually pretty good for a snakehead bite. But for me, I think as a bass fisherman, like if you're going to do plastics, that the pumpkin's always pretty good. The pumpkin's always a good color. You
Yeah.
can get that anywhere. It all
Yeah.
depends. When the bite gets really, really tough, I'll throw the pink. I'll throw a pink, something pink or something. But
Something different.
usually
Well, that's what I
white.
was surprised on Saturday too. I thought the bass would be good, but man, I didn't get a single. I think my first topwater blow up was actually a bass and that I missed, but yeah, no bass on Saturday either, which was weird.
Did did a front come through? Was it a couple? Did a front
Yeah,
come
there was a
through on
little.
Saturday? Didn't it?
Yeah, Saturday it dipped just below 50. It was like in the high 40s in the morning, so that definitely hurt it, especially when it
Yeah.
goes from 70 for 3 days to below 50, that'll shut it off pretty quick.
That could hurt you, but it's we're sitting at that time now because my wife was just seeing on her memories where we had like I think it was March. That one March we had back to back like 2 feet of snow.
Yeah, right.
That was a couple years ago where we had some snow. We haven't seen snow in March in a long time. Well, actually, it was like 2 or 3 years ago. We had about 6 inches. I think we had about 6 inches snow. But so tell everybody what you got coming up and what right now are you trying to. What do you think is going to be push a bait that you think that you're really really excited about for the season?
Oh man.
Yeah, there was flare. That's what the wife was telling me. There was this morning.
Just one. Yeah. It's tough. I mean, I really like this weedless, skirtless chatterbait. I think it's just simple. You can throw anything on there. A lot of times, snakeheads will I throw a lot of the skirted, but a lot of times, especially in the summer, they'll want that smaller, less of a profile, and throwing a frog on the back of this is great, or that kind of razor shad. I really like the chopper we came out with. Nice, just kind of simple spinnerbait there as an option to the Trident. I'll do kind of my top 3, and then the weedless jig head underspin. I mean, the underspin is such an underrated lure just in general. I mean, anyone can fish this too. Just simple cast and retrieve, weedless. You can rip it through anything. It's got the underspin on it. My buddy Marcus caught a ton of redfish on this.
Really?
Yeah. There's Mark right there. Speaking of the devil.
Mark, I can I don't know how you. I don't want to put you on a spot.
No, do it.
I don't want to put you on a spot, but I can set it up real quick if you want, and I mean if you want to give a lure away.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
You sure? I mean,
yeah.
I hear if you say no, they'll say, "Oh, he's a D."
No. Happy to.
If you give me a second, I'll set it up real quick.
All right, cool.
Sam.
Yeah, I'm ready to not have to wear this sweatshirt in the garage, man. It's chilly.
Is it? Oh yeah, it was a little bit. All right, people, just be patient with me for just a second, okay?
All right, while you're doing that, I'll do a little shout out to Hogfin also. So I know you had all the ladies on last week. There was on the Hogfin team. Pumped to be on the Hogfin team as well. Wearing the sweatshirt. Got my hat here as well. They have a lot of snakehead stuff too, and bass stuff they're coming out with. Some more freshwater stuff. So great local company. Super comfortable stuff. Definitely check them out. Hogfin.com.
Hogfin.com. Okay. So what I'm going to do is if you want to lure from Eddie, put in hashtag snakehead. Hashtag snakehead. And I'll wait for everybody to come in and do that. I'll share this as people come in. Whoa, hold on. I'll take that off of there.
Nice. Trying to see what else I got. We also got, so if you don't need the underspin, we got the regular jig heads as well, weedless. Just with the screw lock there.
All right, let me put this back up the stage. We only got 2 entries. We'll let people. It looks like you got more in there.
Nice.
Make sure.
Yeah, we're always doing different colors and stuff like that too. Yeah,
I think it's all small. It's all small letters. So where'd that go? Somebody just put a capital S. Okay. Hashtag snakehead.
We're also working on a few other frog designs, so hopefully those will be out in the summer as well.
I've actually talked with Todd, and I tell you what, these guys did a really good job. Did so how did he, I know basically what Todd was telling me personally, that he was trying to hey man, just promoting small business. Hashtag Snakehead. Make sure you got the William, you got hashtag space Snakehead. That's, you got to make sure you put hashtag with the Snakehead all together.
All one word.
No space. Yeah, no space.
I don't know. Now it's Chesapeake China. Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
Got to rebrand for the restaurants.
Everybody's gonna call it. Everybody's gonna call it Snakehead. I know I am. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave that up real quick. I'm gonna see how many people we got coming there. We got 4. We'll let that run a couple minutes. All right. Hashtag
all right, Snakehead,
just like that. Okay. You put that in there, and we'll give it a couple minutes. Now, Hogfin seems like I haven't tried anything. But I am actually going to be. Are you going to the boat show?
The end of April. I'm going to try to go. Yeah.
Yeah, I know I'm going to go. I'm going to talk to the girls when I get a chance. I had 4 girls on yesterday. I know when I talked to Todd, he said it was great that we did it with them being pro staff like you are with Hogfin.
Yep.
But his whole thing, we got some of the big perch on the underspin. There you go. He's got some of the big perch on the underspin. I threw that. I had a Boston Baits small when I was doing the white perch. I had one of their little spins, the little tiny perch spins. I was throwing that the other day. The pink color, actually. I was throwing the pink color.
There you go.
And man, I'm telling you, I didn't catch dilly squat. I try to hang out with David, but I was like, hey David, let's do some catfishing. I don't know if he's done a lot of catfishing this year.
I want to get with David and do some big old catfishing. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
I know we talked about it for a little bit.
Well, he was explaining to me that the catfishing was because of that grant, that they put that grant out, like $5,000 grant or what it is, that there is like commercial guys all up and down that river. They're they're all over the place, and and when you're trying to rod and reel catch catfish, that can be a pain in the rump.
Right.
Put in, Chad, if you want a snakehead bait, put in hashtag.
What's up, Chad?
Hashtag Snakehead, and then Eddie will send you something to get you started, a spring bait. I appreciate everybody stopping in. If you could please hit the like button, would be awesome to the channel. That is free. It helps anybody, any video that you watch, no matter who it is. If you're on YouTube, if you hit the like button, that really helps. And just put a comment, even if you say F you to them, put something in the comment that is just showing that people are messing with you and stuff like that. Let's see how many guys we got in there. 6 people. All right, we'll give it another minute, and then we'll go ahead, because we're going to let.
Yeah, sometimes it's best to have an argument on your post, because it actually makes it more popular.
I tried. I don't know. I tried. Like I said, I'm sticking away from the shorts. I'll keep the shorts on the Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah, I get you. I'm starting to do a few more of those just to get I'm trying to get back into the YouTube stuff, but man, it's a grind. It's a grind, YouTube.
So
put all that stuff together.
So I heard, and I hope I'm not even trying to put you on a spot, but I heard is there still stuff going on with all the snakehead lure guys? Has there been I heard there's like another little argument or something with everybody. Has anybody been just normal, just stuff?
2024, we're all trying to move forward and just bring the community back together. All about moving forward, looking forward this year. Yeah, there's been a lot of crap that's gone on, but hey, it's new year, just moving forward.
Who said what? Tell me. Let's get everybody on here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, keep me on record.
Yeah, just kidding. Yeah. But Eddie, man, I appreciate you coming on. So let me go ahead and click his up here, and let's see who gets it. All right. I am sharing that, right?
Yeah.
Larry P.
Oh, nice.
He is.
Nice. Appreciate it, Larry. Larry, I think you got an order in right now, so I'll ship it out. Let me know what you want, and I'll add another extra thing for you. Shoot me a message.
That's awesome. Let me do my thing here real quick. Dave, I'm willing to learn. I keep telling him I'm willing to learn. I'm as bad as, hey, what's up, Kelly? Kelly from that minnow. Yeah, minnows are definitely the best. Hi, beautiful. Wife says hi as well. David, minnows is the best bait. I don't know. Everybody keeps telling me that they're catching more on the. They've been catching more on the plastics than that. Larry P. Yeah, all right. So you just get a hold of him and he'll show you what it is.
Yeah.
I was going to go down to that famous bridge. I see you catch all them big crappie at. I was going to go down there and try for some crappie, but I don't know. I haven't. I feel like I'm going to be. It's been fun. I've been trying to like dealing with your lights on your trailer. You know, everybody in their life that has a boat knows what it means to mess with their trailer.
Yeah.
All right. Haha, I filmed a buddy catching a 33+5 snake on Sunday, West Side, Shane Jones.
I saw that. That was a nice fish. That's awesome.
Holy moly.
Yeah, you can get some of those big ones in the spring, and then the early spawn, man. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Off here sooner than we think.
That's cool. All right, I'm just going through all this. Hey, you got anybody in here got a question for Eddie before we get ready to let him go? Because usually about an hour and a half is kind of my thing. I mean, that's usually what happens when we start talking. He I asked him yesterday, so he came right out of nowhere. So
perfect. Been a good time. Got to get back to making baits.
Are you going to be up? Are you when I'm going to be up until like 11 o'clock tonight making baits?
Yeah, probably. Virginia Tech plays basketball at 9, so I'll just pop that on and just crank out some baits.
Yeah, but I tell you what, if David Confair's in here, he's a commercial guy, and he has. If you're going to come down here to the Eastern Shore, and you're going to go to Blackwater, or you're going to go to the Chick or the Transquakin, or you're going to go to Marshy Hope, or you're going to go to anywhere down this way. If you're going to go down to Salisbury on your way down, you can get right not too far off of 50, maybe 10 minutes off of Route 50 coming down. David's got all the live bait. If you need them bull minnows, he's part of the bait boys, and he's got all the minnows. A lot of times he'll have bluegills in there, shad in there for catfish. In the summertime, he'll have crabs in there. He'll get the peelers going. And you got to talk really loud because he's about as deaf as he can make. It's funny. He's I bought crab. You know, when he starts crabbing, I'll go buy crabs from him at the beginning of the year before I go out. And I'm sitting there and he's steaming crabs. He's steaming them and I'm talking to him and I'm sitting here and I must have talked for like a minute. And he's not even acknowledging that I'm talking to him. And he looks at me, he goes, huh? And I say, man, are you deaf or something? He goes, oh yeah, man, I can't hear shit out of this here. He's so funny, man. He's the nicest guy too. I mean, he'll help you. So far, he will help you in any way. I mean, I don't know if he's going to give you all his spots or anybody's spots, but I know that anytime I've asked him a question, whether I don't know if he's been lying, but he's never seemed like he's been giving me a fibbing on me, but he's a really good dude. He's been really nice. He's tolerated me. I've been on a boat with him and stuff. He don't live that far. He lives about about 25 minutes from me.
That's awesome. What do you wait for a water temp for the crabs on the shore? When do you usually start?
Well, I know. I was just talking to Rachel. She said April 1st, she's going to start trout lining, and usually trout lining. I mean, for me, before I go out, I need water temp near 60. There's Dave right there, 56. You get water 56. Temp around 56, they start coming out. Now, she's saying you're going to catch a lot of them first bunch of crabs coming out of the mud. So you're going to probably have 2 or 3 weeks of really good crab. And then depending on the water temp, it might slow up afterwards. But that's kind of what she was telling me. And she says she's ready. And she's been oystering all winter long.
We're pretty close to 56. I think water in the Severn. I mean, this was at night, was 52 in some spots. So yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah. Next, I gotta have David on. We gotta have David on. We got to get him where he can put he needs to put earplugs in though. We got to get he comes in, he can't hear. I don't know what it was, but he can't hear it. I mean, he's funny. He's funny. All right. So everybody, look, I want to appreciate it. I'm gonna let Eddie go. Is there anything that I missed? Can you please tell me if there's anything that you wanted to talk about that I missed? Like I said, just kind of what are the best snakeheads temperatures? I'm thinking
snakehead temps. Usually when it hits like 70 degrees is when the top water is really turning on. I don't pay attention as much to water temp because I'm on my kayak and I have as much gear to kind of measure that. But 60s and 60s is pretty much when the bite's really going to start heating up. That's why a lot of people go to the shore early in the season, because 2 days, 3 days of 70-degree weather and that water is 75 degrees by the afternoon. So because it's so shallow and all the mud and all that stuff. So that's why the shore heats up first. But I was surprised a couple guys caught this weekend on the west side. So that was awesome to see.
That's cool. All right. Well, I think maybe after a couple months, I'll see if he wants to come back on again on a Tuesday night and talk and see what's going on with everything. How you're doing, Bass? How you're doing on the tournaments, Trail?
That sounds great. Sounds great. I appreciate you having me on, man.
I know it was a quick, short. Hey, do you want to come on? But hey, man, I appreciate it. And
available anytime.
All right, I appreciate it, guys. We're gonna go. I was impressed because Sean caught a snake on Sunday on a frog. So let me know what you think. Yeah, I mean, frog. Awesome. I've caught bass. I've killed bass with temperatures of 55 and around 55 degree, 50 degree mark down here. Usually it seems like it'll get warmer. Like I said, if you want it, man, I'm not going to bring the kayak tribe down here. All right, am I crazy? What am I doing? It's going to get the water down here is going to get warmer. It's going to get warmer a lot faster than sometimes up there.
Yep. Oh yeah.
All right, Eddie. Hey, everybody, thank you very much. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you could at least go to the YouTube channel and subscribe. And David, hey, thank you for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. I know you're probably going to get up real early tomorrow morning. I don't know if you're going out in all this window. All right. Yeah. So thank you, everybody. If you want to go back,
all right, guys, have a good one.
Second. All right, let me end that.